Richard B. Cheney, the 46th Vice President of the United States, died last night.
Charlie was talking that Dick Cheney has died.
Bring you a bit of breaking news that will have a global significance and a global resonance, and that is the former US Vice President Dick Cheney has died at the age of 84.
Breaking news tonight. The nation is reacting to the loss of one of its most powerful and controversial political figures. Former U.S. Vice President Dick Cheney has died at the age of 84. The news was first reported by TMZ and has since been confirmed by multiple major outlets, including CNN, BBC, and the New York Post. For decades, Cheney was a defining force in American politics, a man once called the most powerful vice president in U.S. history. But now, as tributes and debates flood social media, Americans are taking a hard look back at the complicated legacy he leaves behind. Sources close to the family told TMZ that Dick Cheney passed away peacefully at his home in Wyoming, surrounded by his wife and daughters. He had been battling long-term heart problems and health complications for years, but according to family friends, quote, he remained sharp and deeply interested in world events until the very end. Within minutes of the TMZ report, CNN Politics confirmed the story, calling it the end of an era in American power. The BBC's live coverage described Cheney as a man who defined the modern vice presidency, reshaping its role and reach.
Dick Cheney's political journey began decades earlier. Born in Lincoln, Nebraska, and raised in Wyoming, he entered politics in the 1960s, eventually serving as chief of staff to President Gerald Ford. He later became Wyoming's sole congressman and went on to serve as Secretary of Defense under George H.W. Bush, overseeing the Gulf War in 1991. But it was his partnership with George W. Bush that cemented his place in history. From 2001 to 2009, Cheney served as vice president and became one of the most influential figures in the White House after the September 11th attacks. Many historians describe Cheney as the power behind the presidency. While most vice presidents played ceremonial roles, Cheney wielded real power, influencing foreign policy, intelligence operations, and national defense decisions. He was instrumental in shaping America's response to 9/11, including the wars in Afghanistan and Iraq. Supporters hailed him as a patriot who defended the nation in its darkest hour. But critics accused him of using fear and secrecy to expand government power, and for championing controversial methods like enhanced interrogation. CNN's obituary calls him a man who believed deeply in strength, but whose vision of security forever changed the way America saw itself. Behind the scenes, Cheney lived through a lifetime of medical battles. He suffered 5 heart attacks, underwent multiple bypass surgeries, and received a heart transplant in 2012. TMZ reported that even in his later years, Cheney remained active in politics, giving private speeches, mentoring Republican figures, and supporting his daughter, Liz Cheney, who became one of the most outspoken critics of Donald Trump within her own party. Friends say that despite his tough public image, Cheney was deeply devoted to his wife Lynn, his family, and his 2 daughters.
Liz Cheney, who served as a U.S. representative from Wyoming, posted a statement saying, "My father dedicated his life to serving his country. He taught us the importance of integrity, courage, and truth." Mary Cheney, his younger daughter, also released a message honoring her father's private kindness and unwavering love for his family. BBC News noted that the Cheney family has requested privacy as they make funeral arrangements, and that details about public services are expected in the coming days. Social media has exploded with mixed reactions. One user wrote, "Say what you will about Dick Cheney, he was one of the last true political heavyweights." Another posted, "He left behind a legacy of wars and secrecy. History will judge him harshly." On cable news, tributes poured in from former presidents, vice presidents, and world leaders, praising his decades of service, while others revisited the controversies that defined his career. Even years after leaving office, Cheney remained a lightning rod,
respected, feared, and endlessly debated. For more than half a century, Dick Cheney shaped America's political and military identity. He was a man of immense conviction, one who believed in power, order, and strength above all else. As America reflects on his passing, one thing is certain. Few leaders have left such a lasting and complicated mark on history. This is a moment that closes a chapter in modern American power. Reporting for Star Loop Bus, I'm reporter Janie. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more breaking news and celebrity updates from around the world.